Hey guys, this is Trish with your full moon and Aries reading. Now, today is the 22nd, September 22nd, and the full moon is going to be on the 24th at Hawaii time, 4:52 p.m. And it is at 1 degree and 59 minutes. Basically, we are about to create harmony with this transit. There's a lot of aggressive energy. It's energetic, you're enterprising, you're feeling optimistic, you're open to change. You have that fighting spirit, blazing trails, beginning something new, being a pioneer. And we're doing this, we're asserting ourselves, we're that courage component. I mean, wow, trailblazing and courageous is basically how I can just, the two major words, besides energetic, is the only way I can describe this transit. Amazing. We're feeling enthusiastic, can't you tell? And you're having the ability to perform under pressure. This is going to bring you an increase in authority. You could be given a position of authority, or you could just be looked on as an authority of something or in something. Okay, you're going to be experiencing some success in business and government. However, in your love relationships, you're going to find that you're discovering your independence and you're unable to live under somebody else's structure. No more living under the thumb. But also at the same time, you want to be the center of your lover's attention. The chase. Okay, so the shadow side of Aries is impulsiveness, being opinionated, being trying to dominate others. There's impatience, vanity. You can be aggressive, you can be impulsive, and there could be like nervousness in your temperament. You could feel high strung and your attention span is really short. Okay, so fire signs, Aries, this is in your first house of self, personality, self-expression, first impressions, your beginnings, and your overall attitude. You are receptive, romantic, curious, impulsive, and you have an enhanced magnetism to sway others. Okay, so for a day or so, you're going to find that things are a little wacky in your surroundings, and it may be you. The time is right, and the pressure's on to bring critical projects to a conclusion. You need to put on finishing touches and show the world what you're all about. The emphasis is not so much on what you've done, but rather who you are, and it's the right time to let your personality out of the box and shine. Okay, be yourself. The whole set of circumstances may have you a little giddy. I'm feeling giddy, but that's part of the surrounding picture at the full moon, and this is your time to take a ride on that energy and put your personal mark on whatever comes of it. Okay, Aries, you could be oversensitive, moody, and there could be the tendency to dissipate energies. Leo, this is going to be in your fifth house of sex, creativity, enjoyment of life, resources, play, self-expression, impulsiveness, and you also have the enhanced magnetism to sway others. That's an overall energy for the fire signs. Now, spontaneity is your watchword. Kick back and have a little bit of fun, especially with close friends and children. If you're like at a party, or go just a little bit over the top, you're going to find that there's others that are feeling the same exact way. Okay, it's a general time of celebration for all. Harvest time, harvest moon. Okay, passion and intensity on any topic you choose can run rampant, and enthusiasm overflows. Okay, so, and I'm finding that energy too. Everybody's like blah 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 blah, and we're kind of talking a little bit over each other, but at the same time letting everybody else have their say too. But everyone has just so much to say right now. Lots of communication. If you're trying to get business done, you're going to be swimming against the tide. So if you have the option, just go with the flow. Everything happens in divine timing. If you're working on a creative project, make sure that you get the product preserved for posterity on paper, on film, on tape, CD. Save the file. If you're just going to be pleasantly out to lunch, don't bother. Just enjoy your time. Sagittarius, this is in your 9th house of mental exploration, long distance traveling, philosophical beliefs, study, higher learning, ethics, and moods. You're also going to have enhanced magnetism to sway others. There could be more impulsiveness. You need to think big. Push the envelope of your beliefs and your feelings. This full moon has the potential to open your eyes. Clarity. You will be very, very clear, especially in your intentions. The energy is in the air, and it's expanding your window on the world, expanding your window into the 4D, especially where it's been an ongoing operation already in the works, okay? These things have been, the groundwork has been laid, and it's like you've been slowly pushing the window open, and then suddenly, it's open, fully open, wide open. Wow. Everything is opening up for you right now. This is amazing. You're gonna have this feeling of suddenly figuring it all out. You just put it all together, and now you're like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? But you're gonna have the opportunity to use that. It'll take care of itself down the line. Just trust in the universe. Look for good news on the legal front as things are wrapping up, and they're going to be coming to a conclusion. As with any full moon, this is completion of something. But don't count your chickens yet, okay? It's easy to overestimate right now. Do not attach yourself to the outcome. That is how you manifest it. Main issues can get resolved now, and all parties are willing to go the extra mile to agree in principle, if not on the details. Air signs are next. Gemini, this is going to be in your 3rd house of communications, your intellectual ability, siblings, friends, neighbors, community. And with the air signs, you all have intellect and persuasive expression. Now, there's going to be a lot of communications, okay? Back and forth. My gosh, a lot. It's like a crescendo. It's going to be a rising crescendo. And everybody's sending messages back and forth. There's a lot of talking, a lot of communication, phone calls, emails, regular mail, written communication. It's just buzzing. It's going to take a lot of energy. The full moon is already like that in general, but this time it can be especially wordy as you're trying to finish up a lot of communications and tying up loose ends as the links that you've begun to establish already begin to amount to something. This means that crowding a lot of important last-minute things into the space of a few days, it's going to push you. So don't overschedule yourself in advance. Divine timing, okay? But leave yourself plenty of room for last-minute things that can happen, and they're going to require that you attend to them right now and deal with it and finish this, okay? So save your new ideas for later when they can get a little bit more attention. You've got too many things dividing your attention, but do not let it distract you from your path, okay? Just distractions. Libra, this is in your 7th house of marriage and partnership, relationship, sharing, intellectual, and you're also going to have persuasive expression. This is going to be a wonderful time for you to let your partner shine. Just lay back and appreciate them. It can mean anything from enjoying the fruits of your mutual labors wrought by the relationship, or it can mean finally fully connecting with someone that you've been developing a special something with for a while. In either case, the rewards of closely connecting will take center stage, and you can lean on the familiarity that you already have, the support for what's coming next. This can apply equally well in business as in romance, as long as you're dealing with as long as you're dealing on equal ground, okay? The essence that you bring things to full bloom right now, it's incredibly important for you to finish up something, some ideas, some situations. And once you complete these things, it will open up the harvest time for you. You're going to be manifesting and getting your rewards. All the seeds you planted are coming to fruition. Aquarius, this is going to be in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, friends, It's about your social life, groups you belong to, and society. You also have intellect and persuasive expression. You're gonna want to relax. You're feeling comfortable with your surroundings and your friends. You're going to be devoting some loving attention to your friends this full moon. If you're willing to disconnect from the daily grind and just have a good time, you got to tap into your personal happy side for a little while. There's going to be good food, pleasant company, stories, talking, and connecting with your friends on personal, intimate levels. This is tales of shared lives, mutual adventures, and it's going to make you realize that feelings and friendship is what's important here, not money and possessions. Satisfaction is going to come from just letting things happen for a moment, okay? Going with the flow, trusting in the universe, because that's going to invite the blessings that surround you, okay? Despite the rigors of existence. If you want a peak experience, it's in the wings right now. Roll it out. It's time to put the seal on relationships and elevate those things that support you. Earth signs. Taurus, this is going to be in your second house of material security, money and possessions, values, work, daily routines, environment. The earth signs are going to have leadership abilities and positivity. Under a little more intensity than usual, it's time to wrap things up financially. You need to collect on projects that have come to fruition and generally tie up loose ends. That should mean ending extra spending for a time. Watch your finances, obviously. It will be less necessary, and that's kind of hard to do on a full moon when things are crazy and judgment isn't always on the mark. Put your focus on that last payment, that final accessory. The appropriate approach is going to be to round out what you have done. Completion. Put on the final touches and then showcase it. It is time to show off what you have got, and you need to make the most of it. Don't keep piling it on. Finish what's on the table. You should concentrate on reaping the rewards. Virgo, this is in your sixth house of service and health, responsibility, organization, leadership ability, and positivity. If you aren't achieving something from your diet or exercise regimen, you need to ask yourself why. What's going on? This is a time when you should be really getting things together, and it should be starting to pay off. However, if you're not avoiding excesses, if you're not going over the top right now, you may feel that you can do more and maybe eat more than you really should. At work, you could feel a little overbooked. The tasks are multiplying and piling up, and the time is limited. Okay, you need to get to those. Once you put on the finishing touches, you'll be able to stand back and take pride in your accomplishments. This is a good time for an office party if you can find a good excuse for one. In general, right now, celebrate everything that you have done. Capricorn, this is in your 10th house of career and public standing. Wow, there's a lot of beeping. Okay, I looked at the time and I just passed 3:33. Let's disconnect my phone for a second. It's being distracting. Okay, career and public standing, personal status, goals, fame, success, achievement, public image. Capricorn, this is leadership ability and positivity. This may be the perfect time to button down career matters that have been under development for a while. So all these things are going to be coming to fruition. And they're going to need your attention. Although the pace may be accelerated and last minute additions come crowding in, you can have a fuller, rosier picture of just where you stand in your profession and what people think of you. Status, very nice. Choose this spot for releasing a shotgun blast of self-promotion. You're the man. Whatever it is you do as public relations has extra carry over this full moon. Okay, so what this basically means is that you are selling yourself, excuse me, while I shift, physically shift. you have a reason to trumpet, okay? The buzz about you comes in a rising crescendo that peaks now. So start figuring out ways to take it to the bank. You are being hailed, you are wanted, you are needed. There's a lot of work coming for you. And it's you because you're honest and you live in integrity and you know your shit, okay? You know what you're doing. You are a professional. Although you may be tempted to squirrel yourself away at home, take time out during these few days to wave your own flag. Okay, so don't forget to take me time and ground and recharge so you can blaze on as with this Aries full moon. Okay, water signs. Cancer, this is in your 4th house of home, early and later emotional security, family, roots. All the water signs are going to have imagination and intensity. I'm intense. Okay, so Cancer, you may find that you could use some space. Everybody's going to be needing space in your house. You, the people around you, there's a lot of psychic energy going on right now, and you guys both need me time. Everybody in your house is needing me time. So take it, okay? Just take my advice and take it. You don't want to fight, especially at this Aries full moon. That can come out in the wrong way. But then again, it is at 2 degrees, so whatever happens, it's all for the better good. If you do end up fighting, this is only creating the space for a new beginning, okay? And the fact that it's almost at 2 degrees means that this is going to touch. If you fight, this is going to be what helps to recognize what's going on and what can create harmony in your relationships, okay? Just some advice. It can be claustrophobic and you're going to get on each other's nerves. And like I said, there's going to be the opportunity to connect more by opening that personal space and letting people in. Or you can just get out and take a break from it all. Take a vacay. Whatever you do, whatever you choose, you're going to find yourself with matters coming to a head, okay? And you're going to be making conclusions about how well your internal game plan is working out. Is this working for me? What's not working? And how can I change this? What needs to change? Literally and figuratively, good fences make good neighbors, but only when located strategically. Time to finish your fence and test it. Scorpio, this is going to be in your 8th house of death and regeneration. This is about your ability to deal with life, intimacy, sex, bonding, shared property, and resources. You also are going to have imagination and intensity. If you've been chasing down that extra credit line, looking for a better deal on a mortgage or an equity loan, this is likely the time to pull it all together, okay? As long as you've got all your ducks in a row. That may mean scrambling for some last minute details or information to make a deadline. But there's real potential here, serious potential. It's also a good psychic weather, good time. The psychic weather is good for putting the finishing touches on restoration projects, picking up that antique you've been chasing down, or clearing out the cobwebs that may have been settling on lesser used items. You're going to have the courage to toss out those useless things that you've been hoarding. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And that burst of freedom will do you good. Gosh. This Aries energy has got me like squirming. I gotta keep moving, just keep swimming. Okay, so the theme is finish clearing the decks for action, because it's action time for you, Scorpio. Pisces, this is going to be in your 12th house of undoing, self-undoing, secret sorrows, secret dreams, endings, closure, healing. You also are going to be experiencing intense spirituality or intense confusion. Although this full moon may at times seem to place you in between dream and hallucination, day tripping, excuse me, it emphasizes the ability to perceive and commune with your inner self in ways you might have been cut off from. You're connecting, okay? The intensity is in the air, and it breaks internal barriers and allows you to heal wounds now that they've come to light. In more mundane affairs, things being cooked up behind the scenes come to fruition, a completion of something. And although you may have to take extra precautions that they don't come into light unless you're ready to go fully public with them, okay? Unless you're ready for other people to express to other people, excuse me. Avoid confrontations right now. It's going to put you at a disadvantage. Use more subtle means to gain your ends when emotions are running high. Now we have several assisting transits that are going on. The Sun in Libra, and that is at 1 degree and 59 minutes at the time of the full moon. So that is also about creating harmony. One is the new beginnings, and two is harmony. Okay, so whatever happens with this reevaluation of your partnerships is going to create harmony, and whatever you find, conclude. Also, Mercury is in Libra too. This is how you treat your partner, bringing attention. Your partner is helping you come to realizations about yourself in the partnership. Okay, we also have Mercury squaring Saturn. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with T-squares, but all these transits are, I can't remember exactly which. Bad astrologer. I'm not an astrologer, so maybe I don't have to slap myself on the hand, but Mercury is squaring Saturn. Okay, so there is order being put to our thoughts. And Saturn is in Capricorn, so this is organized thoughts, integrity, honesty in partnerships. Okay, Chiron enters Pisces the very next day after this full moon, and at the time that there's a full moon in Aries, Chiron is also in Aries, so that is a progressive, aggressive healing. You are so motivated to tie up those loose ends, and then once we move Chiron into Pisces, this is finding your spirituality. It is this is the final touch on closure and healing and endings, and this is a period of time. I didn't look up how long it's going to be in Pisces, but it moves back into Aries, and that is progressive energies towards discovering your self-identity. So with this Chiron and Pisces, this is the last, it feels like the very last purge, the complete closure of all your own old wounds. Okay, so this is, we have arrived. We have arrived, and Chiron in Pisces is going to help us find the spirit, the creative spirituality in your identity. Okay, and then in a little bit it'll shift back to Aries, and that's when we're incorporating this spirituality into our core personality, our being, who we are, our identity. We finally know who we are. Okay, and we are working towards living in our freedom, living in our truth. Okay, and then of course the triple grand fixed cross is going to be helping also. We have Venus in Scorpio, and that's intensity and clarity in your partnerships. It's at 9 degrees, which is unconditional love. It's a purge. It's an ending. It is a healing. Uranus in Taurus is at 14 degrees. Okay, so that's money, genius, perseverance, breakthroughs, grounding, confidence, success, surprises, a double surprise element component in one because of Uranus, to expect the unexpected, and then it's at 14 degrees, which is 14 equals 5, which can be surprises or a gift. So you're going to be surprised with the gift. Some kind of gift. Okay, North Node is in Leo at 2 degrees, creating harmony towards the focus, towards our focus on our destiny. Okay, then the South Node is in Aquarius, which we are coming to terms with our past karmic lessons, and we are in fact detaching from that and looking towards the future. That is also at 2 degrees. That's harmony. Okay, then we also have Mars in Aquarius, and that is about social groups. Mars is action, drive, and ambition. So we are focusing on humanity as a whole, blending aggressively and ambitiously, blending the rational and the intuitive, and this is about inner peace and peace within your social circles. It's also at 2 degrees, which is also harmony and working together. Black Moon Lilith is also in Aquarius at 5 degrees, and this is Black Moon Lilith is about independence, and it's all about the women, hot topic issues, being treated fairly, independence. This is about learning your independence and purpose-driven. This purpose-driven drive that is karmic. This is what you're supposed to do. You're feeling your independent, energetic spirit, and all of these transits that I've just read to you is laying the groundwork and preparing you for your destiny. Okay, so good luck with this Aries full moon, guys. I wish you the best of luck. Love you. Look for me on Facebook and YouTube under Universal Gray Shadow. And if you guys want a reading, contact me, message me. It's $25 for universal guidance. Love you.